Bulls are bouncing there off the VWAP.
Yo.
Need a car? Well, good news. Book one with convenient delivery on Turo. And guess what?
Why am I rejoicing when trouble comes? But think about the level of maturity that you have to have in Christ to even have that posture. Because the normal person, why would I be happy when trouble comes my way? But not realizing that it's working endurance and patience.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the More Purpose Podcast,
where we talk faith and finances.
I'm your host, Clarence.
And your co-host, Marlon.
And we are back with episode 3 for season 3. And today, we're going to switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to make it a little more interactive for y'all to also be able to drop down what your favorite scriptures is. But today, we are going to be doing 3.
We got a gap down here. I want to see it come down here.
Right okay. So if you didn't know, we're going to talk about our favorite 3
scriptures
we are still
going to
right now for where we at. And
if we get a strong break below this, I could think sales, because we haven't really had any resistance made down here.
Let us know in the comments what your favorite 3 scriptures is and how they apply to your life in the season you're in right now.
Once it clears this,
like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying, for the people that's on YouTube. Leave a review if you want the podcast app. Show some love.
I'm actually gonna wait till 9 o'clock.
Hopefully these scriptures can either be something new for y'all that y'all can.
We need to see a strong break. This kind of needs to close down here.
For you if you already been hearing it over and over again. But without further ado, about to lop right in. Let's do it. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
So
we do have a breaker block.
Well,
right
one,
here.
I wanted to do this topic more so to not only make it interactive for our viewers, but to also help us really understand why these scriptures apply to the season that we're in, and how we can, if we're not already, help each other, apply it to our lives and where we at.
And I think it's very important also, before we even get into it, is because some people might be new to God and they might want to see, okay, I have a Bible, I just got one, but how do I implement this into, like, you know what I'm saying, my life and stuff like that. So I think it would be cool for people to see how we use these things to help us along the way.
Not for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap into my first thing. My first one, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to start with first.
So you.
My first one is Romans chapter 6, and it's verses 12 through 13. And I don't know why, but this verse has been just screaming at me every time I read it. It's been screaming at me, and it's been screaming at me so much that I have wrote it down on my whiteboard. If you come out room, you know.
Yeah.
So right there on my whiteboard, right behind my computer, right there in my face, because transparently, it's basically talking about like how sin's power is broken over you and everything, but a lot of us deal with the same sins over and over again on repetition, and we don't know how to let it go. We don't know how to like leave the sin behind. We don't know how to move on from that sin. We don't know how to move on from our fleshly desires and everything.
Can you read it for me? I think I got something to say to that. Go ahead, read for me. Read for me.
The good word right here.
Okay, go ahead.
So Romans chapter 6, verses 12 through 13, the NLT version, New Living Translation, for those that want to know what that version is. It says, "Do not let sin control the way you live. Do not give into sinful desires." Verse 13, "Do not let any part of your body become an instrument of evil."
Look, I'm missing the trade here.
Instead,
I wanted to see a
give
pull
yourselves
back up
completely
before
to
I get
God,
in.
For you were dead,
But
now you have
I
a new
think,
life.
yeah,
So
keeping
use
this
your body,
resistance right here.
use your
It's
whole
a
body
breaker
as an
block up
instrument to
there,
do what is
though.
right for the glory of God.
Tells me that we can still come up here and touch.
Go ahead.
Message version, which is why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Message version,
Looks
this is
like
my
we
version that's
looks
written
like
down
we
on my whiteboard.
might have missed it here.
That means you must not give sin a vote in the way you conduct your lives. Don't give it the time of day. Don't even run little errands that are connected with that old way of life. Throw yourselves wholeheartedly
just
and
swept that
full time.
low.
Remember, you've been raised from the dead
think it's coming down to
into
this
God's
gap.
way of doing things. Sin can't tell you how to live. After all, you're not living under that old tyranny any longer. You're living in the freedom of God.
So, first, while we talking about this verse, I love this verse because I always watch Dr. Tony Evans. I've been put onto him a little minute ago, and he was saying that Romans 6, 7, and 8 is like the 3 chapters in the Bible that will free you from any type of addiction, anything you're struggling with, any temptation you're going through. Romans 6, 7, and 8, if you keep studying that, you will become free from whatever you're struggling with. And I'm like, okay, why is that? So I kept reading Romans 6, 7, and 8, and I realized something is that we have the scriptures, and you know how you said sin's power is broken and stuff like that, and we no longer have to follow our sinful desires and our lustful desires. But the problem is, it's not that we're not reading. The problem is not that we're praying. But the problem is we don't believe what the word says. So when you don't believe that you're free, you operate like a slave. You know what I'm saying? So, and think about it. The word says the truth shall set you free.
Order filled.
Jesus is truth. His word is truth. Jesus is the word. Jesus was the word made flesh. So when you believe what the word says, that's when you start acting how you think in your mind. Everything always starts with your mindset. And that's why a lot of us tend to stay bound to one type of sin, in a cycle of sin, because it's like, I don't believe I'm free from it. When I believe I'm free, I will act like I'm free.
And it's like, majority of times, like for me personally, I'll go into like the phases, like, you know how you got like the faith phases where you be like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm free.
Yeah.
Go 3 months strong, whatever it is. And then the devil will catch you, or your flesh will catch you at your like most unprotected moment, and it'll put you right back in it.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, dang, like, which is why I have it in my face, because it's like, when you walk out the house unguarded without putting your spiritual armor on and everything, there's no telling
You
when
might want to
or
hold this.
how
I'm probably going
you
to get
will
out
be
the street
attacked
kind of
by
early.
something that you like are tempted by and everything. So with that, which is why I keep reading everything, is because that's something that keeps me awake. It keeps me like alert on the different tactics of the devil, because like,
Because that entry was kind of, entry wasn't that good
I'm
either.
doing a whole photo shoot, and he might put somebody in here that might try to intentionally flirt with me or whatever on that type level, and then I'll be like, nah, that's the old me. I'm not going with that. No, you welcome.
And I got something to that, because one of my favorite scriptures comes from Romans 2. I was going to save this one, since you said your Romans 1.
Order
So we
filled.
have this breaking block right here, and I'm expecting it probably just to go up there as
so
well.
This is Romans 12.
So we're going to take that first L on there. We got one more
It
trade.
says, don't copy the behavior and customs of
The entry was
world,
bad.
but let
Very
God
bad entry
transform
on
you
me.
into a new person by changing
So
the
it's
way you
expected
think.
to come back
Then
up
you
here
will learn to
because
know
it
God's
did just
will for you,
clear.
which is good, pleasing, and perfect. So again, don't copy the
It
behavior
did
and
just
customs
clear
of this
these
world, but let God transform you
lows
into a
right
new
here.
person by changing the way you think.
This is the stuff your insurance company doesn't want you to know about. Have you noticed your auto insurance payments have practically doubled
So
recently?
it went above the
Insurance
50%.
companies
Now
are
it's selling
hiking
down a
up
little bit,
premiums
but
like crazy.
there's a
So
breaker
when any
block up
driver
here, so
over
I'm still
25
expecting
has
it
a clean
to
driving
do
record,
that.
they are able to qualify for much better deals on their monthly insurance
And
premiums.
that'd actually be a
So
lot
we're
better of an
seeing
entry
a lot
for
of
me.
people take advantage
And
of
I'm expecting to
comparison
come back down
websites
into this
to
area,
find the
so
savings
we're
that
gonna wait
they
on it.
qualify for that their insurance companies won't tell them about. For example, after I filled out a short form on this site, I was able to
This is one of my favorite verses, because like I said, everything starts in the mind. So the moment we change the way we look at sin, the moment we change the way we look at God, the moment we change the way we look at ourselves, when we see ourselves through God's lens, when we change the way we think and think how he thinks, we will be able to get out of these certain things. And it says you start the transformation of your life. A lot of us want to be new people, like I always talk about. A lot of us want to be transformed, but you don't realize that it starts with the way you think. So the old way I used to think, whether it was whatever sin you're struggling with. So if I looked at sex this way, it could be literally anything. You could just implement it to this verse. If I looked at sex this way before I came to God, now I need to look at sex through God's eyes. How does God see it this way? If I looked at this the way I used to look at it in my sinful nature, now I need to look at it how God looks at it. And then you will start to see your life transform. But the problem is, a lot of us gave our life to God, but our mind has never been renewed, if you get what I'm saying. So it's like, we gave our life to God, but our thoughts are still the same. And when your thoughts are still the same, you run back to the same habits, and you continue to remain in a place
this is
of
lagging
no
like
growth,
crazy.
complacency.
I feel
TOPSTEP
like
is having
truly
a
giving your
rough
life to
time right
God,
now.
though, is truly submitting your actions and your thought and your mindset and everything to him. Like letting him actually lead you on a new path and everything, and you not using your flesh to be like, well, God, that's not the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Or God, I don't really want to let that go, so on and so forth. But it's like letting go and letting God like do him, like let go and let God, like actually genuinely letting God do the inner work in you to make you not have the taste for that anymore. Like me and Mom both constantly pray God not to taste out my mouth for things that's not like you. So like,
This is a double,
prayer,
kind of like a
listen,
double
knock it out.
tap.
Because,
Wicked
boy,
out
in
right
your
here,
own
so we
strength,
could still
Well,
run
whenever
bullish.
you do it in your own strength, it's the same outcome. Trust me. No matter what it is.
It swept
Every time
up
I try to do
low right
something
there,
like,
so it's kind of giving me
cold
like,
turkey,
yeah,
whatever
we
it
can go
is,
bullish.
cold turkey something out of my
But
own strength
let's wait.
without the
Gotta
Holy
see a
Spirit,
strong
it
break
results
above
in
this.
fail. I may can go one day.
You can go right
I
back
may
to
can
it.
go one day, but
I do feel like sales probably are stronger
as human
because the
beings,
market is
God did
definitely
not make
overbought.
us to be able to conquer these things without Him.
That's right.
We have to depend on Him. If we could do it, think about it like this: if we could do it in our own strength, we wouldn't need the Holy Spirit
At all.
we would not need the Holy Spirit. And that's the purpose of the Holy Spirit, because when Jesus died on the cross for our sins and he was raised again from the dead, it says in the Bible that that same power that raised him from the dead is within us. So we have that same power that raised him from the dead to overcome any sin. But the problem is, excuse me, the problem is we don't look at it like that, and also we don't know the Word of God, and that's kind of what like steers us in the wrong direction, because we just continue to be complacent. We continue to try to do it on our own will, and I find myself in those places all the time, trying to do stuff out of my own strength, and God's just looking like, yo, I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm right here to help
Like,
you. If you give it to me, I take care of it.
Bro, perfect analogy for that. I just thought about it. You know how back in the day, for y'all, my real ones know, back in the day we used to watch wrestling, WWE and everything, and in tag team matches, when a person getting beat up,
Yeah.
think about John Cena and whatever teammate, whatever it is, and John Cena's on the corner waiting to get tagged in, and you over here on the floor getting beat the mess out of you. You fighting the devil right now, getting beat up, and God saying like, tag me in,
Yeah.
like I got you, like tag me in and everything, and they be lit and everything. When they come in, they be fired up. They be like, coming in, getting right and going crazy. But it's like it takes for you to like gain the faith and being like, you know what, you can help me out in this situation. I'm gonna try my best to get towards you and tag you in and let you do your thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it by myself. And I just visualizing that, it made me realize like how much like you can't do everything by yourself. Like you can't hold the burden of everything when it's not meant for you to carry it.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because I think people fail to realize that when Jesus got up from the grave and stuff like that, and when we got the Holy Spirit inside of us, people they fail to realize that only our spirit was saved. Flesh is going to be here till the day we leave this earth. So some people get their life to Christ thinking, oh, everything peaches and cream. I just won't have that desire no more. Devil looking for you. Like, he looking for you even more. Now he's waiting at the door for you. Just let him in. You know what I'm saying?
You're a threat
so
now.
you got to fight way harder. So if you think just because you gave your life to Christ that all this little temptation stuff gonna go away, no,
It's gonna come.
it don't go away. It don't go away.
It's gonna come 10 times harder now.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That thing is actually like, wow, like we really do be like, you already know I be having this problem of just always trying to be Superman and everything. Like,
Oh nah, you can't be Superman with God.
bro, exactly. Like it really be that. It be like
You need to be Robin.
why exactly? I need to be sidekick. Like, bro, stop trying to do God's job and like, play your role. Like how we always talk about like role players in NBA games. Like, why are you a role player trying to drop 50? Play your role. Pass the ball.
Yeah.
That's not you. That's not your job.
No cap.
You in the workplace trying to run CEO. You're not meant to call the shots.
Yeah.
Play your role. Do what you're good at. Do what you're called to do. Basically.
And the quicker we realize our role, is the quicker we'll be free from some of the things that we should have been free from. But the problem is we think we're Superman, and a lot of us try to play God.
Bro, and then we'll take on so many different things that we're not supposed to take on in the first place because we're trying to play God.
Yep.
When in reality, remember, I think I talked to you about it one time where I was basically saying like how I was taking on things I wasn't supposed to take on. So like, say if you needed some money, right? And since I had the money, I feel like since I have it, it's meant for me to give it to you.
Yeah.
But it might not be meant for me to give it to you. It might be God might be testing your patience of trusting in Him for Him to bless someone else to give it to you.
Yeah.
And that's like their blessing for their obedience giving you some money.
Yeah.
That's their blessing in the way of obeying God to give you some money. But what if I jump the gun and give you the money? And then you be like, nah, I don't need it. I don't need the money.
Yeah.
Now you block that person's blessing because I jumped the gun.
Fact.
Trying to play God.
That be happening all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
But it's like actually sitting, actually giving, like seeking God and everything, and actually seeking what His will for the situation is. Which leads me into my second verse.
What is it?
Matthew 6 and 33. Verse 33 through 34 actually. But this other verse for me is more so like the main verse for my year. Because last year it was Habakkuk 2 and 2. Write a vision, make it plain for y'all that don't know what that is. Go look it up, NLT version. But for this year, my main verse is Matthew 6:33 because of my problem of always trying to do things on my own. But I realize when I see God, hey, come on, good water. But I realize when I see God, the outcome is always different. The purpose and the drive is always different when I'm actually seeking God's will instead of my own will, my own fleshly will, and everything. So Matthew 6:33, NLT version, 34. It says, seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and He will give you everything you need.
It's working
Verse 34,
out like
so
crazy
don't worry about
up there.
tomorrow,
I mean, it's
for
making
tomorrow will bring
liquidity
its own
though, so.
worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. So as an entrepreneur, a lot of times we get so caught up in worrying about tomorrow, the future, and everything we have planned for the future. We start
I
stressing
still kind of
ourselves
think the
out
sales
because we're
gonna
so busy
play
trying to
out,
get to the
bro.
end goal
Because it's taking
instead of being
forever.
present
It's
in the
not.
present
It's just
moment.
looking
Instead
out.
of taking in the wins that we did today,
Barely
instead of
tapped
taking in
that
the
breaker
accomplishments
block.
we had or the success we had, in today's time, whatever.
Yeah.
But when we always think about the future, we're always worrying about.
Let's see what happens
dang,
if
I'm
this
not gonna
gap
hit
gets
goal, or
if
I'm
this
not gonna
gap
get this
gets
joint at this age.
ran through or
I'm not
not.
gonna be a millionaire at 23, 24, because that's your end goal in your head. But it's like you're stressing about the wrong thing. Like let God handle all that.
Okay,
God
worked
already
out
worrying about
through
your
this
tomorrow.
gap.
Like, you don't, there's no need for you to worry about your tomorrow now until God says, all right, plan for this, plan for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot
Double
of times
bottom
we'll
here,
basically
double.
skip these
So
steps
I'm
of seeking
thinking
God.
honestly biased,
Like,
but
we'll see God for
I
a
want to
little
wait
bit,
till
right?
it
And then we'll start
go
getting
through this
what's the word? We'll start getting full of ourselves and be like, nah, I got it. I
breakable
can
for
handle it myself. I can do it
confirmation.
myself. I have control of my schedule. I have control of how much money I make, so on and so forth. And then you start getting humbled because then you start realizing, damn, I'm stressing myself out. I'm not getting no sleep. I'm restless. I'm getting attitude every time now, so on and so forth. And then now you're realizing, dang, I really do need God, because God's not gonna give you unpurposeful life that's gonna bring OD stress on you. That's gonna bring a whole lot of unnecessary stuff that's not meant to be on your pathway in the first place. Yeah, you're gonna go through your little trials and tribulations and everything, but it's not gonna be the same when you're trying to do it on your own versus seeking God and what His will is for you. So that's my main scripture for this year, is to actually seek God for His plans and not jump the gun, like how we talked about Bible study. Like in the last episode, if y'all ain't watched that, go watch the last episode too. But mainly just like seeking God and living righteously, because a lot of people skip that part too.
That part, yeah.
Seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and He will give you everything you need. And a lot of times we stressing for different things that we need, but we're not living righteously. You asking God for this, you praying for this, but you're not living what you're praying for. Like, you're not living how you're praying for. You're not living the right life. You're not doing what God's word actually says.
You know what I learned though?
What you learn?
Seeking the kingdom helps you to live righteously though.
That's facts.
It helps you to live righteously. Because when you got your eyes already set on the kingdom, it's like, okay,
Now
I know what
you
work I
wanna
need
be
to put on. Think about it like this. I feel like every time I'm not living righteous is when I've made something else other than God's kingdom priority in my life.
Yep.
So if I put money as priority in my life, if I put anything else above God's agenda and God's purpose, I'm always on the wrong path every single time. And a lot of times that's where most of our anxious thoughts come from and our stress comes from. Because every time I've seek the kingdom first, I've experienced the most peace, the most contentment, and the most fulfillment every single time. But I think people really overthink it. They overthink it, and I guess it's our fleshly and our human desires. It's like, okay, yes, I believe in God, but my bills come first. My family come first. I gotta pay this. I need this amount of money first. Well, honestly, if you put God first, all the rest is gonna get taken care of. It's a promise. It's a promise, but people don't look at it like that
At all. Like, it really, I can't even explain the feeling that you have, like when you know that you're walking on God's path because you seek Him,
when it could be no money in your pocket.
and God just come through, offer you sitting there like me. Both had
I'm kinda
experiences
quiet
where we
today.
actually
I'm just
be like,
trying to
all right, God, listen.
I need
execute.
you now.
You gotta come through right now.
This happened to me
My
Sunday.
first
Your word
execution
says-
was not the best.
I'm your servant. I'm your vessel. I'm your vessel.
So
I'm doing
make
everything
sure
you're
we
saying
get
to do.
a better
I've been serving
execution
well.
this
I've
time.
been stewarding what I already had, and God, I need you right now, because listen.
This is
I
kind
need
of
you
just
right
meh.
now. And
It's
God
not really doing what I want.
literally
If I get a strong
respond.
break below this, I know what to do.
But the thing about that is the cheat code to that
We're gonna
is
take it to
you
where I
can't come
expected
God
it to
on
come
that
to.
level saying, God, your word says this, if you wasn't seeking the kingdom first.
That's facts.
You can't. God's not gonna
It looks
respond
like
to
it
that.
might do it.
you
If we
ask
can
me,
get a
you
strong
come through
break
like this,
below.
but I haven't even top priority in your
If
life.
the candle can
Maybe I would
close,
You can't come to me
I'll
with
take this
faith and have no
entry.
works to prove it.
I always talk about going to a bank where you didn't deposit no money to.
Exactly. What
You got to put something in. You got
We
to
need
put
the
something in
candle
to get something
closure.
out. Fact, you have to put something in to get something out. And I love that because God gives us credit with Him a lot of times. Literally, a lot of people don't like to hear that, but God really do. You know your track record good with God.
Yeah.
Like, hey, listen, God,
Hey, come on out.
I need you.
Hey, God. Hey, come on. Hey, listen, brother. Got to loan a little more money over here, brother.
No cap.
Please, a little more favor.
That's a great verse. I think that's one of the most important verses in the Bible, honestly.
Nah, for
Seek ye
sure.
first the kingdom of God. That's one of the most important verses in the Bible.
Because, like, think about it. All our
See,
fleshly
bro, it's
desires,
just
everything that we
BS
aspire in
and,
life,
like-
materialistic or spiritually, whatever it is, like, it literally says He will give you everything you need. Everything you need, not want. Everything you need.
Everything.
Everything you need.
But think about how broad everything is. Just think about how broad. It could be a job.
It's
car,
BS,
the
bro. We need
relationship,
a strong close.
anything.
The amount of
Come
money.
on, baby.
Literally
Need
anything.
a strong
everything.
close, bro.
So
It's taking
imagine-
its time, but
Bro, but like, you see how people always
it's
rush money,
fine.
like,
It's a Monday. We just
imagine
need some
how
strong closes, and it's just
fast
like
your life
not
would be
really
if you
giving
actually
us that.
seek God the whole way. no cuts, no turns, no try to go on your own path.
I got one more
Let
trade
him
for the
lead.
day, so
Imagine how far
I'm just
off
trying to
you
make it a
be
good
if you
one.
Just let God lead you.
And
Like me and you both are in seasons right now of taking a step back and
let's see what
reevaluating
happens here.
and have to switch the play up.
Yes.
Let's call audible right now because we
I
jumping the
feel
gun.
like
We trying to
sales
jump
are
ahead of God.
still
We
what
trying
we
to-
want,
we
but
try to do it on
I
our
don't
own
know.
and our fleshly
Double
desires.
double
So we be
bottom
like,
here
okay, God said this.
tells
but
me,
trying to
okay,
get
we
here
can
this amount of
run
yeah,
bullish,
I'm trying to
but
do
this is
this amount
not
of time.
a very
I'm
strong
trying to
break.
fit the image of where I see myself.
So
what you showed
I'm
me,
leaning
God.
towards
Guidance.
sales
But God didn't say
still.
right now. Like he didn't say that's.
We just
that's
gotta
right now.
wait.
That's gonna
Slow
take your time.
Hold your horses.
It
Relax.
sold
Like,
off, about
let the
right
play run
back
out.
up.
You still have to
And
learn
it's
these
probably
different
gonna be
things right here.
doing
You
this
still
for a
need these
minute.
things to even be able to steward the situation of what you're gonna have later on in life.
Yeah.
But if you skip the step,
I
you're
gotta
not
change
gonna be able
my
to handle the
title
blessing that's to come.
because I'm not gaming right now.
Think, like when you said run the play, slow down. You just made me think. Think about when we don't know the play. Think about NFL terms, or when somebody doesn't know the count. What is it? A false start.
False start.
And they jump up, and everybody else is like, "But what are you doing?" The play, we was calling it on 2, and a lot of times we like to jump on 1. And God was calling it on 2. And bro, I found myself in that situation all the time, where it's like, I'm ready to start the play.
Yeah.
I'm ready to block, and everybody else head down.
Watch this. To even go with that track.
Jump the gun.
When you
That's a false
right,
start.
right there and set.
Yep.
But in this version of a false start, you disqualify. You out.
You're disqualified.
You out the race.
You're automatically.
You automatically out the race.
Ain't no redo.
Ain't no redo. You have to wait till next time y'all race.
And to that point, some seasons of your life will be like that. So with God, there's some things that we mess up on that He gives us grace to get the time back for. But then there's certain windows that if we don't go in and on God's timing, you don't get that opportunity back
At all.
It will pass you by.
Boy.
You get disqualified.
And
Like,
it's
I really
really
think
not
about it,
trying to break this right
the
now,
times where
obviously.
you're not supposed to jump the gun.
It's
You
trying,
literally
but it's just
disqualify yourself for even
not
seeing the
really
lesson
giving it.
at all.
Yeah.
we need to sell
Like,
below
you'll watch
this. We
somebody
need a
else get the
strong
lesson that you could have had.
strong candle
if you
below
would've just-
this area, bro. and We
if you
can
would've just
actually
waited.
take
if you would've
something
been
here.
patient. If you would just moved on God's time instead of yours.
That's so crazy though.
Why you jumping the gun?
So jumping the gun.
What's
forfeits
up, Chris?
you. That's what I mean.
Hope you
Forfeits
doing
or
good this morning, bro.
makes you like rerun the down. Like NFL terms.
Are we gonna actually get a break? Come
Or
on.
it could be okay. So look,
This
so
has to be
NFL, when
it,
you
bro.
false start,
Tap.
You go 5 yards back.
Got to
Like,
backtrack.
we just need a strong break below this candle, and we'll
So-
take
so
it.
look, so
We
look.
just need to actually close,
I'd rather
though.
God give me
Like,
the
close below,
grace
please.
That I false start.
Close.
in a football game, And I gotta go 5 yards back, but we still have the ball.
Yeah.
And the false start.
Like,
is
it's just,
backseat,
it's
where I'm
moving so
disqualified.
poop.
Exactly.
It's only 2 ways you can go. That's so crazy.
It's moving so
What's the difference between a
trash.
track meet and a football game?
I don't know. Tell me.
Let's get that close below, bro. Come on.
I
As
played.
far as
I ran
you did
track
both.
and I played football, and I
As
still
far
know.
as starting wise, track is what? Straight line.
Come on.
Well, depending on what race.
Yeah, depending on what race you're doing.
There we go.
Think
Close.
about it,
It's
look at
close.
that 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
It's straight line. It's like you see the goal, you see it right there.
Yeah.
You
Just
go straight
close,
to it.
bro.
Football is a little more obstacles, a little more trials and everything in your way, so it takes a little more pace, like get the momentum to
Yeah.
get to your end goal of a touchdown and everything, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
maybe that's
man.
why.
Oh,
let's go
man.
track.
Look
So
at
it's
that.
qualification
What did I
period.
say?
You can
You're the
see
only
it.
person. in
I
your way.
couldn't get
You're the only-
anything.
you're the only person in your way. You see
What
it.
did I say,
Football is
bro?
obstacles in your way.
Yeah.
Track, it's just you. and
What
your
did I
lane.
say?
That's crazy.
It's just you and your lane track.
It's you versus you. Because
I'm
honestly,
missing
that's crazy,
everything, bro.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, because I ran track. Track, to be honest, of
What
course,
did I
there's people
say,
lined up beside
Chris?
you,
It's a mental game.
but you're not. I realize
That's
in track,
tough.
you're not running against the other person. I always thought track was
That is
racing.
so
You're running against
tough.
the clock.
Did you know that in Texas, rifles can be carried in public without a license?
Nah, that's-
Whereas in Florida, no open carrying is allowed.
That's
Except
upsetting.
in unique situations like in hunting or
I
fishing.
cannot lie. That's
Hi,
tough.
I'm Koleon Noir, a pro two-way attorney with over 2 million YouTube subscribers. I'm always a little shocked
It's
when I
wicked
see
out
or
right there.
speak
It's
to
building
gun owners
liquidity,
that
bro. It's
don't
gonna
know
get
the
swept.
laws of their state. And the laws
That
change
closes.
or are amended often.
I
Whether
needed
you're
this close
traveling,
right here,
carrying
bro.
daily, or even
I was
thinking
not
about
expecting it
getting
to
a gun,
move like
it's
that. There we
crucial
go. Let's
that
get a
you know the
buyback
law.
up here.
To check out your state's gun laws
Keep
and
going a little
permit
bit more.
reciprocity, click below. You'll
I
get
don't
100%
like the
free
fact that it-
interactive map that
Order
covers
filled.
everything
Okay,
from
whatever.
castle doctrine to state license
I don't
population
like the
numbers.
fact that it is kind of
And best
like
of
that,
all,
but
it's constantly
gonna have to
updated
just
by the legal experts at the
deal with
U.S.
it today.
Concealed Carry Association, and it's 100% free.
and we're gonna
Click
wait.
below to claim your interactive concealed carry map from USCCA right now.
My hosting our WooCommerce store earns me money all day, every day. I'm Gabrielle Scarlett, and by day,
This
I'm a
right
brand
here
strategist and
is,
designer.
we
Then
see
by night,
encroachment
I have a
is
side
right
hustle
here,
of making social media
which
template
isn't
packs
terrible.
and selling them to small business owners on my personal
which I'm gonna
WooCommerce
just
website.
go for
Just like my client sites, I built my personal store with
that's-
Hostinger and WooCommerce because it's easy and
this
customizable,
should
and
run.
honestly, it's really fun. I play with my site whenever I have the time.
One of
and with
three will be
managed
right
WooCommerce
here,
hosting,
actually.
I can do everything I need to do. And if I ever need help, I can reach out to the super helpful, super friendly support team at Hostinger, no matter what hour of the day or night it is. Plus, with Hostinger, there's no concerns about my site's availability or security, and no hidden fees either, so I get more for every
So
sale.
this breaker
Get
block's right
started with your
there.
online store
Just,
now with
it
managed
wicked out of
WooCommerce
here.
hosting from
If I got the
Hostinger.
real
It's
break, it would be
fantastic, and I would
actually
recommend
right
it to
here.
anyone.
Which I got a good break, but I didn't get the full thingy. So we're gonna leave this right above. And where do we break it? So this is actually where we broke this and created the
Yes.
resistance.
Yes.
So I should put my stop loss
Well,
up
you're running
here,
against
but
the
that's a
clock.
$700
You're not
loss.
running
And
against the
I'm
people
not
lined up
doing
beside
that.
you. You're trying to get the time.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Nah, so
gracious.
he-
So we're just gonna be
Goodness,
right
what
above
was
this
it?
for
How you
545
got to
loss.
say that?
And we're just gonna
But if you
expect
ever
it to
run that down,
plummet
have
here,
to
bro.
watch that. That's a clip right there.
For sure.
Ryan.
I want to get
What you
$1,000
guys-
profit. Actually, that's
But
really
nah,
what I would
mine,
like.
kind
for
of tie in
it.
with
Yeah,
that.
3.5.
This verse, I've always known it,
Um,
but it's becoming more and more important to me now. It's Proverbs 3.
This is like
verses
right
5
below
through 6.
encroachment.
It says, "Trust in the Lord with
So
all
it's a
your
little bit
heart.
like
Do not depend on your own
wishy-washy, but
understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take." Again, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own
what am I
understanding.
looking for?
Seek His will in
Yep.
all you do, and He will show you which path to take. This is my
And
favorite
right
verse
here,
because
so
I
encroachment's
found
right
that a lot
here.
of times
This
when I
is
didn't know
0.
what to do,
So
it's because I
encroachment
was seeing
actually is
things out of my
lower.
own will, out of my own
So I
perspective,
should be able
out of
to
my own
secure
emotions.
that
Instead
1,000.
of literally just going to God,
1,000 there.
saying, "God, what is your will for this situation? What do you want to
This
happen?"
is a 1 to 3.
And I learned that when we seek His will, it's a promise that He's going to show us what path to take. God does not hide His will from your life
At all.
God is like, okay, so God is like one of the so you know the game of hide and seek, right? You know how you ever play hide and seek with your siblings, and you got that one sibling that hides in the most obvious spot,
Like, what are you doing?
but if you don't look, you don't find them.
Hey, no cap though.
That one
Right there.
Bro, you play hide and go seek. That one sibling that just hides behind the door.
I don't
it
like
was the
this.
best
This
hiding
is
spot
a
ever. Behind the-
super
and then all you
huge
gotta do is
loss.
turn
Like
around
if I
and you
lose
see him. God is
700
like
for a
that. He
day,
plays hide and go seek, but he
I'ma
puts
have,
himself
like,
in a
what?
place where
How many
all
trades
you gotta
left?
do is just seek.
like 1 or 2.
And he's gonna be right there. But that's the problem, that we don't seek His will. We don't.
That's
So
why
we're
the
gonna
same thing
do-
is
we're
like,
gonna just
yeah,
take
like hide and seek
Order
analogy.
filled.
Like,
little bit off.
One of us hiding behind the curtains. You can see my figure.
And
in the curtains.
$600 loss for the
curtains are
day
secret
is
curtains. You didn't look.
still
The
kind of
curtains are secret curtains.
trash.
He said, asking it shall be given unto you. Seeking you
Seeking
shall
you
find.
find, yeah.
Knocking, the door shall be open. But half the times we don't even, you know what I'm saying?
You're not seeking.
And we always gotta realize that as humans, our will is opposite
This is
from God's will
better.
for our lives.
For,
So we
I can
may
lose
desire one
420
thing, we
for
may,
like a $600
crave one
loss
thing,
compared to losing like
but
800.
God craves a whole nother thing for
$600
our lives.
loss
And the
to
more
make
we ask God to show
1,200
him
will be good,
His
but
will for our lives is the farther
420
along we
to
can
make
be.
800.
And that's where He will put
This is
God
a
will put peace in your heart to be
3.5.
content with what He wants for your life. And I promise you that, because that's what's been
That is too
happening
much.
in this season of my life, where it's like I always just tell God, even if I don't mean it in the moment, God, not my will, but your will be done. Because the more I keep repeating it, the more my heart is turning. Like I'm coming to peace with what God wants for my life, not what Marlon wants for Marlon. I may want to do this, I may want to do that, I want to go here, I want to go there. But if God doesn't want that, I don't want it. I was reading John, and Jesus was talking to somebody, and they asked him, oh, he was at the well right after he had talked to the Samaritan.
This is
lady and
honestly
at the
the
well and
best
stuff like that.
risk. I
His
might
disciples
just
came,
throw
and
the
they
risk
was
in
like,
there.
oh, Jesus, you look hungry, because he was sitting at the well.
Because this is
And he
actually
said-
where I should have my
Jesus literally
SL.
said, my food is to do the will of my Father. And I just kept reading it. I'm like, dang.
That's so good.
Like, dang. He put, like, it was so important to him that he said, my food, like, basically my nourishment.
It's a big risk,
the
but
contentment,
honestly,
the
I
fulfillment,
don't really care.
I
Like,
get that
it's either
from
pass or
doing
don't.
what God has called me to do, what my Father has called me to do. So I kind of try to make that my mindset, that I get filled not by regular food, but by doing the will of God.
And it's crazy though, because if you actually think about it, when you're trying to do things in your own flesh and not what's in God's will, or trying to do things your own way, you'll never feel.
So what I'm looking at now,
purpose in it. Like,
we
you'll
have
never
3
feel
tabs
like
at the
the
bottom,
connection of
bro.
what
So
you're
like
doing.
that tells
You
me we
always feel
could
like
still
you're
run
missing
bullish
something.
here,
'Cause
but
it's not meant for you to be there right
it's-
now. It's not meant for you to be doing this right now. What I have for you
I think
is
it's just
over
coming
here,
back up
but
to
you're trying
retest
go, you're trying to stay
something.
left. You'll never find purpose or fulfillment in that if you try and go the opposite way where I want you at.
Yeah. And the problem is that I feel like we consult other people before we consult God.
That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Like, transparently, I catch myself doing that all the time.
Me too. Big Mama said this. Big Mama ain't God.
No cap.
She not God.
Bro, I catch myself doing that all the time. Like, yeah, we family and everything. I'll go to Marlon a lot of times. But
Of course, like let's
Yeah.
clarify, because you do need wise. You
need wise counsel.
But God should be the first wise counsel you
Yeah.
go to, and the wise
I
counsel.
like that
around
this is
you,
above this breaker block just in case it wants to run through
Give it to
it.
me, Holy Spirit. Okay, the wise counsel around you, the wise counsel they're giving you should align with what God already told you.
exactly. And if you're going to your wise counsel should always send you back to God
There it is.
every single time.
Facts. That's
It
facts.
should always send you back to God. Make sure
That's
you pray
facts.
about it. You know
That's
what
how,
I'm saying?
and that's how my dad and my mom are. Whenever I come to them, I go to them for wise counsel. Their answer is always pray about
It
it.
worked out
fast.
right here. We want to see it close
They should
below.
always lead you back to the real
Let's go.
source.
It should always lead you back to God.
Okay, I can give you some advice
Instead
and
of
some wisdom from
touching
where I've already been. But at the end of the day, I'm not God, nor do I know God's will for your life.
Exactly.
Because it's a
Overall, the
different
market
God.
is
So,
overbought.
our parents can mean the best. They got the best interests at heart. But just because
So
they
I'm
have
just
the best interests
expecting
at
it to
heart
come back down
doesn't
to
mean
this
they're always
gap,
going to be right about
clear
what
this
you're supposed to
liquidity,
do.
and should back
That's
up.
why it's important, like we talked about last
We'll see.
episode, to have like your own relationship with God, because you can take yourself the wrong direction by just listening to other people that you don't even consult God about your plans at all.
That's facts. If you're not, bro, Clyde, if you're not consulting God, where's the real like plan coming from? Is it just more so off your fleshly opinion?
Your fleshly desires.
Exactly. Is it your fleshly opinion, or is it off of what God gave for you to pour into
Yep.
this person?
Yo, what you looking at, Chris?
On how he got to pour into one of his coworkers and everything. But he wouldn't be able to pour into them if he wasn't getting poured into by God himself.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna really have the right wisdom that the person may need if you're not getting poured into by God.
Definitely not.
If you're not in your word, like what you may say might not be what I need because it's gonna be from a fleshly standpoint versus a spiritual standpoint. But I do want to tap into this other scripture that will also like relate to what I was saying about Matthew 6:33.
Yeah.
Like work wise and everything. For all my entrepreneurs or all my people that's working or doing anything that they want to come better at, even working on yourself. This scripture has also been speaking to me this year because
Still looking for a drop here. This is like laggy.
to, like, get things done and to work
TOPSTEP has been having like big
at
problems
whatever I'm doing.
recently today.
So Colossians chapter 3 verse
If I can see a break below this
it
gap,
says,
I'll take more,
work
put more
willingly
back
at
in.
whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for
Because
people.
it's basically keeping this. If it
That little verse speaks
does
so
break
loud to
this
me.
here, and then we
Because
actually
like,
tap this breaker block
when you work
already.
for people,
I want to see
there's no
this
drive
break
there.
this right here.
It's
Come on.
like a sluggish feeling when you get out of bed. It's like
Watching you right now, I took a
yeah,
decent sized
I don't
loss
know,
on
I
a
don't know
setup
about
that
it.
was pretty garbage, so
I'm
I'm just
making
taking it slow for now.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm not doing anything that I want. It's not gonna happen.
I feel you, bro.
But
I
it's
took a
like,
loss too. Just a bad entry.
You need to do it as if God gave you the assignment.
Bad entry for myself, but sales were still the plan for me. I just don't like that it's triple bottom here, bro. It's kind of scary. But it's still keeping this, so it's like, I feel like sales are still the play for today, at least for the time being. I'm just waiting. If we do get a break above this, I think we're probably gonna get stopped out though. If we get a break above this, which we still have this breaker block, so it could just want to instantly wick out from there. But you know, if I take a huge loss today, it's gonna suck, but can always try to get it back.
Experience, because if I never learned that, I would still be in the same shot clearance, making my clients.
The risk reward on this is kind of man. $500 loss to $800 win is, you know, $800 win would be nice, but it's kind of looking rough. Price action is just looking very rough. Like these triple bottoms, it's like, bro, but that's a lot of liquidity to be swept, so it's like, it's kind of like double sided right now.
Get to work willingly at it. I remember Tucker said on one podcast, he was saying how when he was flipping the sign and everything, he was saying a lot of people wouldn't want to flip the sign, they job, whatever, or stand outside. But he said, but I know that if I'm able to do it, I'm gonna be the best at it, even if I'm not. It's like having the mindset of, God, I'm gonna do my best. You don't have to be the best person in the world. I don't have to be swimming like Michael Phelps out here. But if you gave me the assignment to do this, I'm gonna do my best to do it and make sure I get you out of the situation. So, and people gonna know that I'm doing my best. They gonna know I'm trying my hardest.
Yeah, it's a hard posture.
Exactly, it's a hard posture. Exactly. It don't mean
I took
you
this
just being
gap
the
right
best.
here,
It just means
worked out right
doing
at
your
it.
best and trying to
Let's see if
show
it
God
breaks
that
this and
you're
comes
putting
down
effort
and
towards it.
eat this up
When
here.
you always have
That's
the
what we want to
mindset
see.
of, I'm working for God and not me. Hold on. That's crazy. Hold on. Quick promo. In the middle of me talking, quick promo. Let's talk about it real quick. Promo, Siobhan Smith, I work for God, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Link in her bio.
Link in the bio. That's our mama, you know what I'm saying?
Show some love. She got all colors.
And Ma, if some people come and buy some hoodies, we need to get a little, we need to get back in. A little back in. But nah, back to what I was saying. So, when you had a mindset that you work for God and not man, it's always an assignment. So no matter what season of life you're in, it's always an assignment for God. Whether where you're at, you're supposed to minister or pour into one person on that job, whether you're supposed to learn something. But God always has an assignment. Every season of your life is so strategic. And that's why you cannot take for granted any type of work you do, whether you're CEO or whether you're janitor. All type of work is beneficial to where you're going.
Bro, but look, watch this. A lot of people complain about school, right? Even I complain about school. But I know it's little things that God wanted me to learn. For the little time I was in school, it's little things I had to learn while I was in school that helped prepare me for where I'm at now. Think about it. Think about all the people that don't like reading. But what would they know if they never got forced to read while they was in school?
That's true.
What knowledge would they have?
Yeah.
What skills would they have? you wouldn't even know. Like,
Still kind of keeping this area, bro. Come on.
how to gain certain type of
So honestly, like, since this is the old, this is the new, so this is actually my SO right here would kind of be better, make more sense, because this broke right here. So our SO, honestly, right here above this last high, after touching this breaker block, is honestly fine. So if this candle closes below here, I'll enter another cell, 2 more cells, and it looks like it might do so. And it just broke there. I want to see it come back up a little bit before I enter 2 more.
So you can steward appropriately. That's true. Because if you don't, you try to skip past these steps.
There's no way we get 4 wicks out to the bottom, right? No way, right?
Bro, prime example. Back in Pop Warner,
If it can close, oh.
Yeah. We out there, right? I get put on kick return. I've never been on kick return.
Order filled.
I never played running back, none of that on the actual field and everything.
All
I
right.
never practiced holding the ball and not getting stripped and everything. So when the time comes, I ain't get hit or anything, nah. When the time comes, if you never been prepared for it,
Alright, we're taking that extra.
do it in the situation. It's like me.
And we're gonna just wait for this to play out, bro.
Situation, seeing everybody come my way.
You broke that gap. We should sell here, bro. We should. So what I'm gonna do is start playing my video games now, because I'm getting back into this setting and forgetting like I always done. If it does want to buy back up here, we'll take our L for the day, but I'm still getting sales from here, honestly. And this is a lot of liquidity it just built up. I think it definitely needs to sweep that and sweep this old last Friday's lows, come down, touch in here. I really think so. So we're gonna wait for it, but see it instantly wicked out this candle. If it broke that, we would be probably going for buys here. Not us, but the market.
That's going to my phone. GG's. It's okay. It happens. That's us.
Tongue got tied.
So we're just gonna wait on it, but
Hey, you welcome for that line, bro.
I really think that we're gonna still play sells here.
Yo.
This is a trade I took. I've been liking really Left 4 Dead a lot. I don't know, maybe Dying Light. I actually might play that instead. So what I'm gonna do is I actually switch this to my other screen over here. There you go. And now you should be able to see that.
Here we go.
Let's fly.
So we're gonna wait for this to play out, boys. Put that right there and start my video game. We're playing Dying Light today, boys. It's kind of what I feel like playing. I'm saying boys. There's a few women I think that watch me.
What did I just say? What? I'd be like, like that in my head, and I know I just stuttered.
I'll wait for this to hit TP because I'm not taking anything else extra out nowadays because I need to let things wait.
Hey, I'm not playing. That's we played that like 20 times.
Now, if I was actually going just for a 1 and 2, it would be right here.
But yeah,
Which the profit would only be like $800,
because it's always a reason.
which I'm not going for that. I'm going for the full
My verse is
full amount here.
Hold on.
We're 437 so far.
Anybody that knows me know, like, this is one of my favorite verses. It's one of the verses that I've been talking about this
If that's loud, let me know, bro.
Nobody, I've really never heard this verse from nobody until I actually found it. And I even like Bible study on it because it's my favorite verse.
We got that break below. I think it's still gonna sell down here.
20 through, you know the verse I always talk about it. 20, you know, 22. Yeah. Verse 20 through 21. Yeah. It says, in a wealthy home, some utensils are made of gold and silver, and some are made of wood and clay.
It might actually be better for me just to go for like this amount, like 900. Just because I'm looking at the market and it could just want to instantly buy back up as soon as it hits this area. So we're gonna wait for it, but we're gonna wait for just 900 profits for today, which is actually just gonna be like 700.
Now I love it because it's like God is basically
It's just gonna come back into this area and sell right back down. It's honestly gonna run back to that fair value gap below. It should. It's the closest to it now. It makes sense. We're just gonna have to wait. It just broke that low, so buying up could be possible, but I really don't think so. And it's keeping this area, so we're able to actually move this down a little bit now to lessen our risk here to there, because now this is resistance. So risking 363 to make 902 now. We're gonna wait for it to play out. I still think we're selling here, bro.
Forefront of my mind because I know I want to do great things. I want God to use me in a great way. But I gotta make sure I'm keeping myself pure and doing great things and God using you in a great way. It always comes with a sacrifice. Always comes with a sacrifice. And I think a lot of people don't want to make that sacrifice to actually be great.
I don't want to really even play this this area.
Sacrifice not as big, if you know what I'm saying. Now, like, we want to.
How do I get out of here?
Sacrifice has to be just as big as where you want to go.
The same thing as your work ethic don't match your prayers.
Definitely. So I always just keep this verse at the forefront of my mind, just like to remind myself, like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on in this world because some people can get. Let's think about it like this: some people can be plastic utensils, and look at the fact that they're being used by God and think like, oh, because God's using my gifts, or because God is using me to do this, to speak, do this.
Why is this so dark? Can I sleep? I don't like to play in the darkness right now.
It doesn't equate to God being used. Like I said,
Would rather not.
when you're done with it, throw it in the trash. You served your use. You served your use, and now I'm done.
What was the joke? The video we saying how God can anoint you, but he'll be the only one that lets you work and be anointed away.
Yes.
What was that?
Kind of laggy. Let me actually turn this to full screen.
It was basically saying like I don't want God to take the anointing away from me or whatever it was.
Yeah, no, he was saying God's the only
There we
one
go.
that will fire you but still let you work.
Yeah.
Like he'll still let you work, meaning he'll take the anointing off you but still let you win souls
Yeah.
and give him glory. And it's proven because in the Bible it says how it says like it was just God, we
Sit down, baby.
your name. And he said depart.
Yo, how do I sound on the mic right now? Do I need to up my gain and stuff? Like up my mic sound? My voice is cracking and stuff, bro.
So I give you a free gift. We all came to this world with gifts. It's up to us to determine
I needed to
how we
break that gap below there.
our own lusts, our own desires, our own goals and stuff like that, or will we
Kinda
use what
wicked
God
out at
did
it.
because He gave it to us. So you can operate in your gift and God still not be pleased. Because at the end of the day, like we always say, He's gonna get the glory regardless, and that's something that will never change. He can use a sinner's life to get the glory.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what my favorite.
Every time you read that scripture, you really be like thinking about it.
Yes. Which utensil do you want? That's what goes on in my head every time I read it. You always like under the gold. I always remember that because a lot of people sell it for plastic because it's cheap. $1 bill. Facts. Plastic is always cheaper. And you know why? Where it doesn't require work. You usually throw it away.
I'm lagging a little bit because I'm streaming. So what I'm gonna do is actually turn this down a little bit.
People don't like washing dishes. That's why a lot of people that get plastic silverware because it saves them the time for washing the dishes. But you got to choose which person you're gonna be.
Oh, that makes me restart the game. Great. I'm not even gonna play that. I think Left 4 Dead actually be a lot more fun. I do have Spider-Man too, but let's actually just play this. I think this will just be better for us. I was in the same short, but I cut at the bottom. I'm gonna look for another short entry if price get a nice retest. Yeah, bro, I think this is the short of the day. I just hope that it actually continues here. You should be able to get another entry eventually. I think my SL is still in a good place, bro. Honestly, it's a strong resistance there. I might want to leave it above that area if it get close, but right now I'm just gonna keep it there. But yeah, you should probably get another entry here. It is so cold in my room right now, bro.
When your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. I love that verse so much. I love that verse. And then Peter has something similar to that too. Yes, it's something very similar. But I love that verse so much because it's like, that's what made my posture completely different. Like, way different.
It says, whoa, when troubles, think about the logic. When troubles of any kind come your way, look at it as an opportunity for great joy.
Yes.
Think about the actual logic from a human standpoint. But think about the level of maturity that you have to have in Christ to even have that posture.
I'm still in this trade, but this is taking honestly forever. I'm getting a little bit more impatient, even though I'm like not gonna take out the trade at all. Like set and forget. Like I really gotta stick to my plan. So set and forget is really what I'm doing, but I just would rather move a little bit faster, so I can just feel better and get out the trade. Why is my character not moving?
I'm reading this verse. I'm like, maybe it was something that was ahead that could have been way worse, and got my tire go out because it could have been way worse if I could have gotten an actual accident with another car.
This boy is not moving, bro.
Could have hit anything, whatever it was. So forth. Or in a situation where God make you like leave me and you. God was like,
there we go.
Take us to this party. We was back in high school.
Let's see what happens here.
Pull up. Oh no, I don't want y'all at this party. This is snap. I'm pissed off. I'm like, what would you mean? Drove all the way here for the party.
Actually, I want the pistol. Actually, now I don't really want that. Crouching improves aim. I know that. We gotta sit down. We got a pretty nice counter right there. We're just expecting it to continue there. We might get a re-entry here soon, bro. I just hope it continues to sell down here, which it makes so much sense to do so. If it doesn't, it's gonna be like, what? The market is just having super manipulation if it's not. Get off me, bro. Oh, watch out. Ah, he got on me. I'm gay. Move out the way, I can't even see. Watch out, bro. Bro, shoot him. Jeez. Alright, how do I even get over there? Wow, are you serious? I gotta go over here. I'll jump or something. I don't know. I guess. Oh, okay. Get off me. Frying pan. There must be some tanks coming up here. No, if this breaks, that candle right there, we might have a switching character. So I don't like to see that, bro. Really don't. Really don't like to see that type of thing happen. There we go. Continue to sell down here, bro, because if it would have broke that candle pretty strongly, we might have had a big switch. And what was actually going to be happening. There's a boomer right there. There we go. There we go. Keep selling for me, baby. What's in here? Hello? Nothing? Okay. Oh. Break yourself. Is that a hunter? Oh, that's a smoker. Thank you. Man, just jump from the bus.
Mine was second Peter, verse 5. It says, in view of all of this, make every effort to respond to God's promises. Supplement your faith with generous provisions of moral excellence and moral excellence in knowledge. And knowledge with self-control, and self-control with patient endurance, and patient endurance with godliness, and godliness with brotherly affection. And brotherly affection with love, brethren. And in verse 8 it says, "Enjoy your life in your knowledge of our
I'm gonna let them shoot. Hold on.
There
we go.
Verse 5 alone, off the beginning of it, when it says, "You all respond to God's promises." I thought that's like another because like God it's not gonna happen. I had to put work. Instructions. So it's like if I'm promising you this, that means you're needed at this point.
Bro, you would be right there, fat man.
God has some way of he gonna get the glory out of some way of moving into that point where he showed me. But I have to
Hold on.
so make sure I respond to everything. And everything like
Oh my goodness.
I would say
Check this out.
his awareness to timing. What I mean by that is Jesus' awareness to know when it was his time to perform a miracle,
A deagle.
time to act in purpose, and when it was his time to venture off and stop, go, stay still, hide. You know what I'm saying? I think that was amazing to me because it shows that Jesus went through process.
Oh, can you guys not see the stream or the game? You can't see the game. I'm stupid. Hold on.
And I always, like, when I was reading John, I was looking at he did the miracle at the wedding when he turned the water.
There you go. You should be able to see it now.
His mom was like,
My bad, boys. I've been playing the game the whole time.
It's so funny because it showed how real Jesus was. His mom
I don't like that. It might break that here.
What are you gonna do? This man said, Jesus said, "Woman, that's not my problem." Look, it literally says, "That's not my problem." Like,
like
no, it said, "Woman, that's not my problem. My time is not yet." And I love that because Jesus, he was so aware of God's will for his life that he knew. Because, mind you, somebody that has all power could just perform a miracle right then and there.
think about it.
But there's no purpose when it's not the will.
We
of
need
God.
this to come back down and break this, bro.
That's what's standing out to me the most.
See, it's wicking out still. Like, it's not. It hasn't broke anything though. It's just staying in this area. It's pretty much just faking people out to actually get out the trade or buy. But that's all I think is happening. We just gotta kind of wait for it more because it's just a very slow day.
Jumping the gun. We'll do things in the wrong heart posture. We'll do it just to show off that we can do it.
Very slow.
Yeah, I know. It'll be kind of, I know.
And what did Jesus have? Like, what did he have to prove?
Nothing.
He's the Son of Man. What does Jesus have to prove?
My bad.
But it's not my time right now.
And he was smart because he performed the miracle still.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it in the way that
Like God, yeah.
he didn't do it in the way that they thought he would do it. Like Jesus gonna walk up with this, you know what I'm saying?
Say y'all get out.
Yeah. He said, go ahead, take those little jugs. So they took those
Bro, why are you here, G?
Within the blink of an eye, to where it still
My bad.
him. Yeah. And he performed the miracle without putting his gifts on display. That showed how humble he was too. And on the vehicle.
Bruh, somehow it's always blowing me up, bro. Move back. Can't see nothing. Helping it. Excuse my language, Father God. Please forgive me. Help me out, bro. Ah! Bro, help me, bro. Sit your butt down. Okay, let's get out there. Sit down. The fact that it's wicking out so weird is honestly upsetting. Still hasn't reached that gap, which is so weird.
Definitely lock in with Matthew. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. So if you can lock in with Matthew, read the whole thing, read it 20 times, 100 more times after that, and really just read the words and apply it. Yeah. Like we said, everything we said before that we read from the scriptures, we're constantly trying to apply to our lives. So make sure that we all are right now.
This is gonna sell off here, bro.
Whatever stands out to you the most, work on that and try to apply it to your life until you master that, and then move on to the next one.
And that's how you learn it, because it's no good just reading it without trying to apply it. So
We are still like right above encroachment.
So whether it be I read a chapter for the day, whether I read 5 chapters, whether I just read 1 verse, before I walk out my house, I always try to think on what I read. How can I implement whatever story it was? How can I implement this into today's?
Still right above encroachment here on our take profit. Really like right at the 0.3 area, so still think it's gonna be a good trade.
So always try to run in
Just wait for it. It's still showing me like bearish, honestly. Hasn't swept anything though, so still showing me bearish.
It's going to. I always pray after I read, God, put me in the position to be able to apply this word I just read.
Like
And it always happens.
Colossians 3:23 has been on my mind.
Yep.
Work willingly. Work willingly. And if I gave you the task, like, so my mindset all day has been, no time to be procrastinating. Like, time to get to work, lock in, get it done, get it out the way. You're only holding yourself up when you're not doing what God told you to do. Like, you're trying to do things in your own time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when you only delay yourself to not even foresee your blessing if you delay too long.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's another lesson.
That's a real.
So, but yeah, like we said, like, comment, subscribe to this episode. And that comment down in the description as well. Whatever y'all had, those y'all heard, write it down and let us know like what you liked about it, how you can apply it to your own life, and also your own favorite 3 scriptures as well. Other than that, make sure you
Got a witch?
podcast and
no.
Spotify too as well. And share
Hey,
some
buddy.
Instagram,
How you doing, buddy?
Give us a follow at Oversky on Instagram. Shout out to my mom again for the hoodie.
Hey, guys. Why is it playing with my emotions? Wicking out. BSing. Hey, buddy. Yeah, go eat that. Where? Oh my goodness. Kill it, bro. Francis died. How did Francis even die? That's a hunter. That is a monkey? Burn. You good over here? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm out of here. Are we going the right area? I don't know if we're even going the right way, to be honest, but
Through here.
it's taking forever just to sell off, and it wants to, like, literally what it wants to do. It's just like, nah, bro. We're gonna take 3 hours just to do this one move. We're gonna take 2 hours just to do this one move, bro. close floodgate. Move. Out the way, bro. Please. Ooh, oh, AR.
That'll seal the lock.
Where do I go? Good job. What witch? I know there was a witch even over there. Witches they can climb? What? I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know that was possible, bro. Bro, move out the way, bro. I'm gonna die. Hold on. Hold on. Sit your butt down, boy. Yeah. You over here chilling? Is that a smoker? What was he over there sitting in the corner for? Just glitched or something? I don't know. Ooh, first aid. Pills.
I'm reloading.
Alright.
Weapons over here.
Huh? Oh. Look like the More Purpose podcast didn't shut off. I've been on this for an hour. I got work at 12 today, so a little bit different, but where is, oh, we can listen to this one.
What do Elma, Ginny, and Marcus have in common? All do their businesses with 5
Where do we go?
seeking marketing and business concepts,
I have no clue, bro.
boosting performance with a variety of AI services.
We did something.
If they're an architecture firm looking to get more work done, it's all made possible with Fiverr freelancers.
I don't know.
Join millions of business owners already growing their businesses with Fiverr.
All I know is that it needs to continue to sell off here. It does not need to buy up. I don't like to see that because I needed to kind of stay as resistance in that area. It needs to continue to sell down here. It didn't hit like anything. It's just price action.
Without God. That's what I feel like. The more I make God a priority, is the more.
I don't know if I'm going the right way. So I don't like to see that, right?
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the More Purpose Podcast.
Where we talk faith and finances. I'm your host, Clan, and your co-host, Marlon.
And we are back with
This right here is
episode
not what I
4.
like to see. Because we see that this basically got cleared, all this
We're here with
old
episode
liquidity.
4, and today's topic is going to be on self-awareness.
And it could
This is so
basically be like,
important for our generation, especially for people our age, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. At this point, common sense is not common, and
Oh.
people don't have self-awareness. It be blowing me. I'll
Hold
really be
on.
like, bro, y'all didn't think that through? Like, what's happening? Well, we're gonna tackle this topic. It's more so gonna be like from me and Marlon's on personal perspectives on self-awareness, and we're gonna add in some verses to help y'all out too as well. But just our personal experiences of where we at in this season right now, and how we're being more self-aware to help our personal growth and people around us as well. So without further ado, we're gonna tap right into that, John. You ready? All right, bet. So in this season right now, have you been has this been the most self-aware you've been in a way, or have you noticed that you haven't really been as self-aware as you usually are?
I think, excuse me, I think personally,
I don't like to see this.
season, but I think the reason for that
So it broke this, but it didn't break this yet.
died.
It kind of like close right at it. So we're going to expect it to continue to sell down here. But what we might do is go ahead and put our stuff at break even. So we don't lose anything here.
Start showing things about yourself. Oh, nah, Marlon, get this real. Because you got to think about looking at
I still feel like it's going to play out, but
we think we're good people. We think our hearts are good. We think all this stuff, which could be true, but also we don't want to look at the bad stuff about ourselves. And we don't like to accept it.
You're not that guy.
Somebody else tells you it. So imagine when God is literally showing you yourself, you're looking in the mirror and he's like, listen, you need to work on this. But I think it's all for the betterment because he's trying to prepare you to be a better person for what he has in store for you and who he calls you.
Bro, I completely agree. I was gonna say that too. That's what's crazy. I was gonna say I feel like self-awareness. You only get to really be self-aware when you're reading your word and you're praying and actually building a relationship with God to the point where He's gonna start pointing little things out one by one that you need to work on and everything. But I also feel like self-awareness is you taking the initiative to not point the finger at someone else, but point at yourself first. Yeah. So taking that mindset of, all right, before I blame someone else for this, what did I do to have any type of effect on the situation? Did what I do cause this reaction?
Well,
So what I learned, like what you just said, I think
might be it.
key to that, because I feel like I wasn't self-aware before, but I figured that like I was prideful. So a lot of people don't want to think like, okay, I'm not prideful, but like you just said, deflecting stuff to other people and not actually sitting down and looking at what
I
you
say that
need in
because
situation or anything, or what you need to grow.
got a strong break above this,
People they just don't like to accept the fact that they did something
so
wrong.
it could just
or that
go
they're
ahead and
manipulating
flip
their
over now. But
Literally, bro, I cannot tell you how many times I've been in a situation where
kind of
I'll
weird.
point a finger, but then I'll go back and I'll be like, hold on, all right, like I'm tweaking. I'll be like, yeah, I'm tweaking, but cause sometimes you can still be right in a way, but it's more so I wouldn't have gotten this reaction if I ain't responded this way.
It's always something you can go back to.
Yeah, exactly. So like relationship-wise, friendship-wise, whatever it is, it's all like how we always say. You have.
I do believe in let your runners run, and it was running.
I can talk to you. I can't
So,
talk to you how I talk to this person. And I can
but
talk to
this is
that person how I
basically
talk
like
to
a
you,
complete
because the
difference
relationship
compared to
So like being
what just
self-aware
happened.
that knowing that if I come to you all hype and everything lit and you get lit, be ready to work, someone else might not be able to take that same energy. They might be a whole different way of me talking to them with a point to get
Yeah, look at that.
put across. Yeah. So it's just like knowing how to
Look at that, bro.
implement like your
No.
strategies, like knowing if you say something, it's gonna have this type of reaction.
If we hit, that's we're done for the day. But
Is like a say they get like anger all the time. Yeah. You can't like respond and no impulse. Like it's actually
if it, you might get your entry, bro. But I don't know.
I think,
Just wait it out.
Self-awareness is, I believe, it's an indicator of growth. So some people may look at it and be kind of like scared. Like, okay, God, why you showing me this? Like, because he's really showing you an ugly area that you need to work on. Like, Marlon, you need to
So I was
fix
going
that
for
area.
like the minimum,
You're
like
weak
1
in
or
that
2.
area. You're prideful in that area.
1 to 2.2.
So I think it's an
And that only ran for a
indicator. Showing
1.4
you it is the opportunity to actually.
max, right? So
It reminds me, my fault. It reminds me of football practice. Like whenever I was in football practice.
squeaking out this strong resistance area. Let's just hope it actually stays like that and continues to go down here.
Little small things that we need to tweak. And some people may beat themselves up about it and feel bad about it. But I always was happy when my coach would point something out I need to work on because I knew it was a chance to grow. Yeah.
We want to see this completely sell back down, break something here, shoot back down more. Taking out all old sellers, obviously. My SO is right above the last resistance area. Last pullback area. Last you know. So I think we're still in a good area. We just have to wait it out.
And we not husbands yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like as a husband or relationship wise, whatever it is, I know that if I have a habit of always delaying my response and things, if I see the trash is overflowing. Yeah. If I see the trash is overflowing and I see it's overflowing, but I be like, I'll get it tomorrow. When it takes 5 seconds to do. It takes 5 seconds to do that. It's exactly it translates from the little things to the big things. Yeah. So it's like I can't expect to have this grand future as a husband and future husband and so on and so forth if I'm not even taking care of the little things that
We have this gap here, right? If we can see this gap get ran through by a red candle, bearish candle, we can definitely see sales going back down here. We just wanted to obviously come back and touch the resistance, touch back and get some people locked out. Seems like, but let's just wait. So if it does do that, we know what's gonna happen. It should sell down completely after that.
God looks long term.
But we gotta
He'll
wait.
make you self-aware about things you need to work on, and not realizing that it's really to build you to where you're going. Like
Grenade launcher? I don't know.
He'll show you something in the moment, but it's so beneficial for you to learn the lesson and to go in the areas.
More zombies.
Something as simple as just picking up trash. Just like that's a God started showing me myself. So for example, God showed me that I have a problem committing to things. So I was like, what you mean? But he showed me because I was like, say you're gonna read this book, you read it and you stop. Me too, brother. You go to the gym for 2 weeks and you stop.
I'm playing a lot of Left 4 Dead. Look at this, bro. It's just pushing right now.
I had commitment issues in a way, and I'm not talking about relationship. But something as small as that,
If I get taken out, it's a what, $500 loss for the day?
My job and what I'm called to do, because if I don't commit to the smallest thing as cleaning my room, I don't commit to the smallest thing as reading a book fully after I said I'm gonna.
I really like my SL, so I'm not gonna move it. If it hits, it hits. But I just, you know, kind of sucks because it was running.
That's why a lot of of us shortchange ourselves because we haven't committed.
Running
to
like it's
anything.
supposed to.
So I just believe that the stuff he
And
shows
police
us
will just-
it's for he wants to correct it in the small stages, so it's not a pile on the big scene.
That was good. Do you think that matter of fact, I feel like self-awareness.
Okay, I went that
can
way,
also
didn't I?
come
So I
from
came out that way. What do I do now?
You'll start being more sensible of yourself when you start getting convicted of different things. When you read the word, you'll start realizing that the old stuff that you used to do, when you do it now.
What was I actually
it's not
supposed to
the
do
same
here? I
feeling.
don't know.
I don't get the same vibe of going to no kickback party back then than I do now. Like right now, it's like nah, I'm good. Self-aware wise, I don't want to be there no more. Like that's not me no more. That's the old me. I know there's no benefit of me going out, being out here this late till 4 o'clock in the
I don't
morning.
like that it's sold off, wicked out exactly like right here, bro. And it needs to run through it. That's what I need to see. I'm already sitting through this trade knowing that boom, it broke this pretty strongly. So like if somebody was on the opposite side, they would have took the buys from here. Look for a 1 to 2, which is kind of at my stop loss, and held this as. And the low actually would have been where.
Stuff that you used to overlook because you was blind or prideful, like how you said. You don't want to tell yourself no, or you don't want to tell yourself that this is like something that's like actually hurting you. You'll start becoming more aware of when you actually tap into your Bible.
It's definitely the Bible is definitely one of the biggest things to.
That's what I would have took for a buy.
I feel like it's literally showing you yourself. Plus, because we have the Holy Spirit, so it's like we're reading it. You may see something in the Bible.
I feel like it's just gonna be one of those days, man, trying to psych people out. Like, I mean, I think we do have like a kind of switch of character here, which is scary.
What you mean?
But it's taking its time. It doesn't really want to break. It does want to break the inner areas, but
I think the Bible really exposes our thoughts, it exposes our hearts and stuff like that.
Nah, for sure, because especially in Romans.
I don't know. I don't want to move my. I really don't want to move myself though. So I mean, if it hits, it hits.
Every time we read Romans, it'd be like, hey,
Romans and Galatians. Yeah.
smack it right in the face. But I did. Matter of fact, you said Galatians. I went to read Galatians chapter 6, verses 4 and 5 in the NLT version, and it says, "Pay careful attention to your own work, for then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done, and you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else. For we are each responsible for our own conduct."
Let me say something there, because that just made me think about how many times we compare ourselves to others, but we don't put in the work that we need. Like, you're not even so aware about yourself, but you're so aware.
So I don't like that it wicks out. It wicked out in the 1 hour. It didn't break this on the 1 hour, right? It came back up. So we're probably still running bullish here, which is what I don't like to see.
They're not even focused on what God's trying to teach them in this moment. Like, if I was so focused on your life right now, I would miss what God's trying to teach me in my moment, in my season.
See what I'm saying? Like this big candle right here didn't wick. It wicked out at the top. Didn't break anything. Didn't break the lows.
Like everybody always saying something about Amazon.
It was very low down here. It touched, but it didn't come to where I wanted it to come to. So it's like, So this kind of just looks mean. Like it looks like, yeah, I need to probably get out. But we're sticking with our plan, bro. Just in case. But it's giving me like, it's definitely giving me like, yeah, my boy, you kind of need to. Let's wait it out though, bro.
Where's the self-awareness? It'd be like a lot of deflecting.
Yeah.
But it'd be blowing me, bro.
Like, just looking at other people's work in general always gets you.
I done seen times it comes back down and runs through this and completely sells off. Like,
Like, what are you doing?
I think, and also with self-awareness and just growth, in general personal growth, I think people have the fear of missing out. Yeah. I feel like, to me, from what I'm experiencing, because I feel like this is my growth season, I think growth always comes with separation in some type of way. And I'm not saying like you're just like isolated, you're lonely, or you're just away from everybody, or you don't got nobody to call on. I'm not saying that. But when I say separated, meaning like you got your head down, it's me and God, we gonna figure this out. I'm gonna come around when I come around, I'm gonna see my friends when I see my friends, but God's trying to show me something right now in this very moment.
Nah, for sure, bro. And not to like go, it's not off topic, but it's something I want to say to the fellas. And if the women take something from this, you take something.
I want to see it come down here and sweet, bro. Come on.
Leaders, for my fellas that's looking for a good water. For my fellas that wants to be leaders, that's looking to.
Got me off the video game. Like if it's gonna hit my SL, it's gonna hit. So might as well get back to doing what I was doing.
That all starts with you first.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be going. I guess I'll just go back to the same area.
You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to like make sure that y'all actually practicing your own.
So I came out of there, right? And
separating yourself from everybody else so you can actually realize what it is that you need to work on personally, bro. Because a lot of times our pride will cause us to have a clouded mindset and a clouded sight to where we can't see what God is trying to tell us to fix and work on to propel us to where we need to be at. You can't expect God to bless you with the job that you want, the girl that you want.
Oh my goodness.
So forth.
No.
You can't even wake up to the fact that you are a terrible person.
Bro, I thought I was over with, bro. I thought I was gonna get splatted.
You get angry every 2 seconds off anybody trying to correct you or give you advice. You can't take criticism well. All these little things that really lead into if you can be a good leader or not. Like these different things that we have to like work on personally and make sure that we can master ourselves. Pour into cups if your cup's empty. Your cup not gonna be
Look, it's gonna hit my SL here.
You're not really opening your eyes to see what you need to work on yourself.
All right, boys. Guess that's it for me.
Pride clouds with judgment.
Cause
That makes
yeah.
me think. I had posted my story not too long ago. I was like, you don't grow in an area where you don't see you need to grow in.
Exactly.
So I would never grow in an area where I'm comfortable and I feel like I'm good. But I think that's the problem because pride, it clouds our eyes, and then also we look at ourselves from our own lens and not God's lens. So I feel like a lot of us have made a whole bunch of things routine. Like, oh, I've always
Might
been
be
like
smart
that.
for me just to
You always
leave it
been
up here,
like
but
that.
honestly, I just think
I always
that
been like that.
there's
I
no
grew up
reason.
Like that. And we use that as a pass because it's something that we.
That's gonna be like a little bit too much of a
and people
risk
don't
for
like
me.
The uncomfortable feeling of growth, and that's why they don't grow.
I feel like sometimes people like that, they'll be scared to change.
Yes.
So like they'll say that as like a mechanism to have reason not to change because they're afraid of what people think if they do work on themselves. But sometimes to get to the next level, you have to become selfish with yourself. Like you have to.
That's why separate.
Yeah, you have to separate yourself from people. You have to separate yourself from your friends. Like it's been plenty of times where me and you both and our whole friend group, we have like our own individual isolation season where we let everybody know like, yo, like I'm in that season where like, I'm locked in. Like, I'm focused on myself, focusing on where God wants me to be at and everything. So I might not be as active in the chat. I might not be active as going out and hanging out this and that. But when I get back, it's gonna be better for not only just me but for the whole group as itself because I'm a better me. I'm not someone that's gonna be just here doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not gonna be the person that's
Yo, Chris, this mug is playing with me.
And I can't provide no value to the friend group. And that's the other thing. Like you can't provide value if you don't know yourself. Oh my God, how you gonna be able to provide anything if you don't even know what you have?
Yeah. Like you don't even know what you bring to the table.
Exactly. You don't know what you bring. It takes self-awareness to know that.
And you gotta know your strengths and your weaknesses.
Exactly. Like
and some of us think we just got strengths.
Exactly. You have to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. I know for a fact I'm good at bringing a light into any room. I can motivate and inspire anybody. Like you can be a person on the street. I bet you I'll put a smile on your face in 2 seconds. What I know I'm not good at is the small detailed steps that it takes to do behind the scenes work. I need to get organized. Like,
Down 350 for the day, might call it. Yeah, bro. Just call it, bro. Wait for tomorrow. I look like I might be down 500 for the day.
And because you know that you have a chance to grow in that area. Exactly.
It's just very like stupid. Like it's moving just.
You would never grow.
Very stupid.
Like think about all the people that want to be able to
like, do you see this? Like
big, like entrepreneurs or so on and so forth, or just do big in business in general, but they're too selfish to be able to delegate those tasks to someone that's better than them. Like I know I'm not the best person to write.
Order filled.
All the stats and the detail work.
600.
I know that, which is why I'm
Bad.
always seeking
Well,
more knowledge and more help.
that's it for me
People
for
that's
the day.
better than that in those fields than me, because I know what I'm good at. And most times, the only way you can grow is when you know, all right, bet I'm not good at this. I'm not the best at this. I'm not best at that. But if I get this person to help me out, I know they'll help me grow this in this way because they can teach me how to do it too, and also they can help just take off.
That's it for me for the day. And
but that's just like
my second trade played out for a little bit, and it just came right back to my SL.
I was gonna read a different verse, but I'm gonna read Romans 12:2. I think I read last time.
It's moving very weird.
Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let
Moving
God
very
transform
weird,
you
but
to
if
a
it
person
watch
like
it
you.
just melt,
So I
I'm
think
be like,
the biggest
wow.
thing here is the key to personal growth and personal development that comes along with self-awareness is changing the way you think. So the way you thought about
That's
the thing
crazy,
God
bro.
is trying to show to you that you need to work on, it can't be the same way you look at it. Some of us look at it and we get offended and we take it to heart, if you get what I'm saying. Like God's showing you something. And you always take it to heart. And like you said, some people can't take criticism. You gotta always know that God has like the best interest at heart for you. And he doesn't want to he don't want to leave you in that slump where you're just comfortable in bad habits and comfortable in an area where you're not gonna grow at all. I talked about a long time ago, it was in one of the Bible studies, and I was saying how when I was in college they put me on like Twin Excel. And I was saying how as I was growing and stuff like that, my feet start hitting the bottom of the bed. And I was saying how sometimes when you grow, it's like you're gonna end up falling off. You're gonna always end up falling off if you don't get something bigger. And then you always can think about trying to put a shark in a fish tank. It's always gonna break, or it's always gonna break, or it's gonna overflow. So you don't ever want to be in that position where it's like you're a shark in a fish tank, or you're like just sitting in the same area. You're still in that
TOPSTEP new update, pretty nice. Just now noticing that. What update?
You seen the video of the flies that was jumping in the container and everything, and certain flies they jump to like a certain height. Once you put a lid on them, and they start jumping in that height, take the lid off, they're gonna stay at that same height. Yeah. Their minds has been, they basically put a lid on themselves. They closed-minded now. Yeah. But like, I feel like real self-awareness, it comes from, like, matter of fact, in Exodus, when Moses was talking to the burning bush, he was like, God, I can't do this. But I feel like real self-awareness is knowing that my flesh can't do this, but I know with God, He can help me grow into this. That's definitely that. Yeah, I feel like that's what real self-awareness is, bro. Let me show you this verse. I just found this verse today. I was trying to find it, I couldn't find it. Listen, bro, the Bible got a verse for everything, bro. This thing is crazy. I just saw this verse. It says, this is Romans 12, same chapter. This is verse 3. It says, don't think you are better than you really are.
Maybe if I would have kept this right here, resistance, it would have been a little bit better to stay on trade, but what can I do?
Because how many of us have always thought like we're in one place, but we actually not? Because that's happened to me a couple times, and I believe that's why I wasn't really getting nowhere. Because I thought I was so far along than I actually was. Instead of keeping it real with what season I was in, instead of deflecting what I was.
European L, third button on left.
Bro, I really feel like, as a man, for me, like my real self-awareness aspect, bro.
I was talking to Chris.
Like a lot of times, it's more so like this.
I don't know what you mean.
What I overlook all the time, like there's different.
And that's why I said you gotta change the way you think.
Yeah, like so like that's what's going on now. Like you said, like how I feel like now being more self-aware. Like that's saying to me, like this is the most that God's been like, all right, we're going this. It's been constant me working on.
Third button on the TOPSTEP logo.
Like the most like out there one. Yeah. Me talking everything about my speech and how fast I talk, so on and so forth, all that.
Oh, I see.
More like personal stuff, like, all right, like you said, I eat out too much. All you eat is fast food. Yeah.
Yeah, $600 for the day.
But make sure you like keeping an eye on what you eat and everything, because
that's pretty cool.
In reality,
stats.
Yeah, in a way, all the fast foods. Other thing was reading the books. I always read half of a book.
Nah, this is actually wild. Completely just switched switched on me here. I was in profit for a little bit. Maybe I could have took that. Maybe I could have took that one.
Yes. I told somebody, one of my homeboys texted me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna call you one of the days this week. And then after the fact, it don't be intentional. After that, I'm like, forget to do it. I don't even know why you even said that. I'm like, but it's just something so small as that. Bro, it'd be so
I got you. Hold on. All right, Chris, I'm gonna call it here. I gotta help my wife real quick. But you hope you have a good day, bro. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna get it going.
I'm terrible at that.
See you, bro. Thanks for joining.
Like you just said, like commitment, John. Like I also.
Champion rap.